problem which we have taken on Tuesday. So the only difference is that we have derived a similar one considering the plates, two plates in horizontal direction, and when both the plates are fixed, so this is equal to 0, velocity here is 0, and the velocity here also is 0. That means both the plates are fixed, and the pressure flow is taking place due to some pressure gradient dou p by x, which of course is always negative. So this was the one. Now what we have done is we have taken a similar case. Here this plate or this wall and this wall both are fixed, and there is no pressure gradient, but the flow is due to gravity. So that is the reason why the flow is taking place in this direction. Okay, the velocity at the two walls is 0 because of no slip condition, and the velocity gradient will be, velocity distribution will be something like this. Here also we got this type of velocity distribution. So here also we should get a similar type of velocity distribution. So the solution is very simple. Here our direction is z. This is z direction, and the notation used is W. This is W, and this is of course x. So this is x is equal to minus h. So here x is equal to minus h, and here x is equal to, I have explained this problem, but a little hurriedly I have done it. So what we have to do is we have to consider the z component of Navier-Stokes equation. So if you consider all the boundary conditions and things, we get that the left hand side of the Navier-Stokes equations will be 0. Entire thing is 0. You can verify. You write the Navier-Stokes equations. You can use the Cartesian coordinates because this is not a pipe problem. This is a two-dimensional, plain two-dimensional flow problem. So therefore, you can use x direction, y direction, z direction equations, and only consider the z momentum equation, because we are only interested the variation of W, right? Now, so after simplifying, what you get is, on the right hand side you will get this. pressure term is 0. The pressure term is 0, and all the shear stress terms except this are zeros. So this is the one. So this equation now will become it will take this way. Now the simple boundary conditions are W is 0 at x is equal to minus h, and at h is equal to plus h. So at both these places, the velocity is 0. So using that and integrating this, so this equation, you integrate it, two times. So you will get two constants, C1 and C2. After using these two boundary conditions, this is one boundary condition, and this is another boundary condition. So you will get this, right? So have you all followed this? So if so, I will proceed to the next problem. The same thing, of course. Now here is a similar problem, slightly different. An oil film drains steadily down the side of a vertical wall as shown. So here you are having only one wall. This is only one wall. This is atmosphere. This is atmosphere. So the pressure here is atmospheric pressure. So that is the basic difference. So some oil is flowing like this. So if you just forget about a small distance from the entrance where there will be cross flows, hello. So you if you forget or if you avoid a small distance from the entrance where there will be cross flows, similarly at the exit point also, if you forget some small distance, so in between the flow will be fully established and it will be a parallel flow. So like that the flow will take place. So after an initial development, at the top of the wall, that is here, the film becomes independent of jet. So it will not depend upon jet and of constant thickness. So it will become a constant thickness. Otherwise, what happens will be here at the entry point, the thickness goes on changing. You see? The flow will be taking place like this. As you see, the thickness will be changing. And after some time, as you see, the thickness will become constant. So this is, of course, this is an exaggerated film. So this is what we are calling as delta. So that is how the flow takes place. So now, after some time, what happens is actually this is how the flow is taking place, right? Assume that W is equal to W of x only. So how the velocity will be varying? The velocity will be 0 here. It will be 0 and it will something like this. We do not know whether it is a straight line or a curve. Unless otherwise, we solve our equations, we cannot say. So, assume that W is equal to W of x only, that the atmosphere offers no shear resistance. See, here, this is all atmosphere. So, only you have atmospheric pressure. So, this is atmospheric pressure. Solve Navier-Stokes equations for Wx. Suppose that the film thickness and dou W by dou x at the wall are measured. Suppose you have measured the thickness, this thickness, delta, and this value of dou W by dou x at the wall. So find an expression which relates mu to this slope dou W by dou x. That means what you have to get is mu is equal to some function of Dou W by dou X or dW by dx, it doesn't matter. And delta. So this is the problem. Now let us go for the solution. First, there is no pressure gradient. 1 minute. So first, there is no pressure gradient. So that means dou P by dou Z is 0. Because all along this, the pressure, if you measure at any point, the pressure is constant, atmospheric pressure. So therefore, now, again, you can take only the Z component of Navier-Stokes equation. If you just recall the previous example, here also you got the same thing. Now, if you look at this problem, here also you get the same thing. Now, has anybody observed the difference between this equation and the previous one? I will copy that and show here. Now, see the difference between these equations? This is the equation, and this is the equation in the present case. This is the present case, and this is the previous one. What is the difference? Anybody?
Negative sign.
Why?
There
Why
take
negative sign has come here? Yes, come on. In the earlier
It is not.
problem, there is a negative sign. In this problem, negative sign is not there. What is the reason? Hmm?
free fall. Free fall, sir.
There is no pressure gradient.
No.
There is no shear
Opposite direction.
resistance, sir.
It is?
What?
Opposite direction, sir.
There is no shear resistance given.
What opposite direction? What is the opposite direction?
Flow. Flow opposite direction, sir.
Flow is always taking place from top to bottom. In no case it is opposite direction. Carefully you look at the previous one and this one. You observe the figures. Hmm? Anybody? I'll give 2 minutes time for you to think. See, this is where you have to
Here
be
we
very.
take body force is negative, sir.
Body forces will always be acting downwards. You use your common sense. You are close to the point, but you are unable to tell.
Yeah, axis
I
opposite.
if I tell you,
Yeah, axis opposite direction.
exactly. In the earlier case, how the z direction is defined? It was defined vertically downwards. And in this, we had taken z direction as upwards. So therefore, that expression rho g, when we are substituting here, it will become plus. Right? Actually, it is minus on the, both will be on the right hand side, left hand side 0. So in this case, we'll write minus rho g plus dw mu d square w by dx square is equal to 0. That is what we write. I will write here. So in this case, we'll write 0 is equal to minus rho g plus mu times d square w by d x square. This is what we write here. So therefore, when I take this to this side, it will become plus. Whereas here, we have to write 0 is equal to, now our direction is this one in the earlier problem. So therefore the body force will be in the same direction, rho g plus mu, of course, mu will be there. Mu d square w by d x square. So when I take this to this side, it will give you this negative. That's all. So if you solve this using the boundary condition, no? Do you all follow?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Sir.
Right? So we have to take this equation and integrate two times. So you will get two constants. Now what are the boundary conditions? What are the boundary conditions? One boundary condition is this, clear?
X equal to 0 to h.
0 to infinity, sir.
Because this is wall and this is fixed. So W at x is equal to 0 is 0. Now what is the other boundary condition? The other boundary condition is at x is equal to delta. At x is equal, this is x direction. So at x is equal to delta, we do not know what will be the velocity, but we know so this is given. The atmosphere offers no shear. So all along this, there will be shear stress is 0. That means dW by dx is equal to 0 at x is equal to delta. So that boundary condition we have used here. right? So you will get this equation. So this is the answer. Now here, the funny part is, because our direction of Z is like this, our Z direction is this. Now if you look at this, I will erase all the other things. See, if you consider this, what is the maximum value that X can take place? What is the maximum value that X can take? X is equal to 0 to
Delta.
X is equal to 0 to delta. So, what is the sign of this? X minus 2 delta?
Minus, sir.
Negative. So, what does it indicate? In Z direction, in the direction of Z, which is upwards, the velocity is opposite. So, that means physically also it is satisfied that the velocity will be in the negative Z direction. The value of W will be this way. Okay. Now, you are supposed to relate mu. You are supposed to find out an expression for mu. So, what we know is dW by dx you calculate, you differentiate, and substitute x is equal to 0. So that will give you the value of dW by dx at x is equal to wall. So you will get this expression. This is wall, WA. Come on, you do this part. And confirm this. I will give 5 minutes time only, because we have to proceed to the next problem. In fact, I can skip the next problem very quickly. But this problem and this problem I will explain. Come on, do it. 5 minutes. See, all the problems which I am now showing, they are from the textbook. This problem is given at the end of the chapter 4. So I have selected some problems and I am giving the solution for them. So this problem, a solid circular cylinder of radius r, capital R, rotates at an angular velocity omega in a viscous incompressible fluid which is at rest far from the outer cylinder, far from the cylinder. Okay. Make simplifying assumptions and derive the governing differential equation and boundary conditions for velocity field v theta in the fluid. What is the, do not solve unless you are obsessed with this problem. What is the steady state flow field for this problem? So this is the solution. The only difference is that in your earlier problems, you have assumed initially the flow is to be steady state. So here it is not so. The only thing is we are now assuming the flow to be purely a circulating motion. That means Vz is equal to 0, Vr is equal to 0, and dou by dou theta is 0. So this is what we are considering. Vr is equal to 0, Vz is equal to 0, and dou by dou theta is equal to 0. Right? Then the remaining variables will be only V theta and the pressure. Because Vr is equal to 0, Vz is equal to 0, and dou by dou theta is equal to 0. So you will have only and variation of the angular velocity. That means this component, this value, this angular velocity. This will be varying with radius. Right? Now, this is a radial direction. This is radial direction. And this is the cylinder. This is a solid cylinder. So the cylinder is rotating with an angular velocity omega. So outside the entire thing, the velocity will be v theta. It is a function of r, theta and t normally. But now v theta is not a function of theta. It varies only with r. Right? Because dou by dou theta is 0. Because dou by dou theta is 0. So this will result in v theta is a function of r and theta only, r and t only. Right? Similarly, the pressure also is a function of r and t. So with this conditions, the continuity is automatically satisfied and the theta momentum equation. Now this is the one we have to consider. So the theta momentum equation will give you this. So this will be the thing. Now here you can see in the left hand side you have a term dou by dou t of b theta. The remaining terms are 0. And on the right hand side you have
సార్ కొంచెం జూమ్ అవుట్ చేయరా?
just that.
ఓకే సార్.
On the right hand side you will have mu by rho and this thing. So this is what you will be left with. And what are the boundary conditions? The boundary condition is v theta, which is a function of r and t, is equal to r times omega. V theta at small r is equal to capital R. This is the radius. At this point, when small r is equal to capital R, because this cylinder is rotating with an angular velocity of omega, so here the velocity will be v theta. Capital R into omega, right? So, and if you consider the other boundary condition, at a far off distance, that is r is equal to infinity, at any time, velocity is undisturbed, because the influence of this rotation of this cylinder is felt only for some distance, but far off it will not be there. So therefore, this is what we have. V theta at r is equal to infinity, r is equal to infinity. So, using these two boundary conditions, you can get the solution. Actually, you are asked only to frame this equation. You cannot solve it because it is a time dependent one. So, when you consider large time, that means t is equal to infinity, automatically it will become steady state. So this will become 0. And now you can solve it. So, if you consider steady state, this will be 0. So, your equation now will be and this you can solve by integrating it 2 times. So, the final solution will be this. Right? Any doubts?
Sir, question మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయండి సార్.
Yes. ఏమీ లేదు. The question is very simple. You have an infinite fluid. See? Consider this is all the fluid. Of course, not here. So, this is all the fluid. This is all fluid. So, in this fluid, what is happening? This cylinder is rotating. With this angular velocity. So, at this, normally what we consider no slip condition, here no slip condition is that at R is equal to capital R, there is a velocity, fluid velocity. What is it? R omega. This is V theta. So that is what is given here. This is general expression here he has written. V theta is equal to, I will erase all other things. See, here he has written, this is general expression, but this is now ruled out. Right? Now what you are asked is to make simplifying assumptions and derive the governing equation. So that's all. You write the continuity equation in theta direction and simplify. In the first instance, this term will be there. Right? That's all.
Sir, the P is a function of R comma T ఉంది కదా సార్. P denote radial velocity na sir.
P.
Yes sir.
P is the pressure.
Pressure.
P is a pressure. Anyway, you try, you write the momentum equation, theta momentum equation, and then try to simplify, you will automatically get. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Let me proceed to the next problem. Now this is a problem which is similar to your pipe flow problem. See, what you have to consider in the pipe flow problem, either pipe like this, or you have considered pipe like this, and the flow is taking place parallel like this, or like this. So this is a vertical pipe, that's all. This is a vertical pipe. And in this vertical pipe, there is a cylinder. Now look at this problem. I will read the problem, then we will see. Consider a viscous film of liquid draining uniformly down the side of a vertical rod of radius R A. So this is a vertical rod. And the flow is taking place so in plan, if I draw this is the vertical rod perpendicular to the plane, and the flow is taking place perpendicular to the screen. So throughout, it is taking place perpendicular to the plane of the screen. So this is the flow. So if I consider now, what will be the velocity here? The velocity here, this is a stationary, not moving. So the velocity of the fluid here will be 0. And here something. So you will get the velocity something like this. Similarly, here you will get the velocity something like this. So this is the velocity distribution. At some distance down the rod, the film approach a terminal fully. See, in all these problems, this statement will be given. That is only to show that near the entrance, there will be cross flows. So it is not like this. So there will be a component of velocity in this direction also. So to avoid that, we consider something below only, right? So here, I will remove all the ink marks. Now, let us look at this problem once again. The film will approach a terminal velocity of fully developed draining flow of constant outer radius b. See, this is inner radius. And there is another outer radius. So that means the flow is taking place between these two cylinders. And the flow is perpendicular to the plane of the screen. That is like this. So here the velocity is 0, and here there will be some velocity. Depending upon, of course, the magnitude. So, with Vz is a function of r. This is our z direction. So z is vertically downwards. So the body force will be acting like this. Right? And this velocity is given as Vz. Velocity which I was telling. This is Vz. So Vz is a function of r alone, where r is the radial distance. R varies from, small r varies from. What are the limits of r?
A to B, sir.
Small a to
B.
okay. Assume that the atmosphere offers no shear resistance. So again, why this statement is given? What is the purpose of this statement? What you will understand from this statement?
Shear resistance 0. Velocity is in.
In the previous book? Tell me.
Shear resistance 0 means velocity is at infinity.
Shear resistance is 0.
Then
Then what you said? Come on, repeat. Repeat what you said.
sir, shear velocity is 0 means
Shear velocity. What is shear velocity?
shear resistance
Shear resistance.
Shear resistance is
0, sir.
where?
Infinity, sir.
Infinity. Where is infinity here?
At B, sir.
Say clearly.
From A to B, sir.
You are getting confused, that's all. Where the shear resistance will be 0? It is, I have underlined it. And it is in the figure also, it is given.
At contact with atmosphere, sir. Where the atmosphere is offers, there the shear distance is 0, sir. That is B distance from
Where?
the center of the
At,
pipe.
Sir,
huh?
viscosity.
Hmm? Where? Tell me clearly. See, when you are writing the boundary conditions, how you write? Come on, tell me the boundary conditions. First boundary condition, what it will be?
Sir, radius is varies from A to B, and the velocity varies from mu to 0. Sir.
Velocity varies from A to 0. Do you know the velocity?
Sorry, viscosity, sir.
What viscosity? See, where the velocity is 0?
A constant flow, sir.
See, when I am projecting the bond and explaining the boundary conditions in previous problems, what you have followed? Always we will have two boundary conditions. At what points we will have boundary conditions?
Sir, one is weight and
Huh? One is,
weight.
what is it that you are talking? I don't understand all this. What are we discussing? We are discussing about the variation of Z with respect to R. What is R? This
Radius.
is R. So what we should know, we should know the value of Vz at some distance R. So what is it that we know? The figure is so clear, and I explained, I had drawn the velocity distribution also, and still you are unable to say where the velocity is 0.
On surface.
Say clearly.
At rod, sir.
See, the qualitative description is not useful. When you are supposed to substitute in the boundary conditions, in the equations to get constants, you have to use that value.
At R is
Your
equal to A.
thinking is not going further. Yes, exactly. You should think like that. So at R is equal to A, what is 0?
VR. VZ.
Huh?
VZ.
Thank God. At least after 15 minutes, one person could identify. So Vz is equal to 0 at R is equal to A. That is one boundary condition. Now we require another boundary condition. So for that, what you are going to use? I told. So this is atmosphere. So what is this we have the shear stress here is 0. Now you tell me, like you said Vz is equal to 0 at r is equal to 0, r is equal to a. Now you convert this condition, which I have this condition. And tell me the boundary condition. What you have followed in the previous problem, same thing will come here also, similar one. In the earlier problems also we have used similar boundary condition. So one boundary condition you have written at r is equal to a. So which is the next point to be considered?
B.
B, sir.
At r is equal to?
B.
At r is equal to b. So what is the boundary condition here? So this is r is equal to b.
Vz with respect to B, sir.
At r is equal to b. So what is the boundary condition? What I have
Vz with respect
circled,
to
big
B.
circle. Huh?
Vz with respect to B, sir.
Vz with respect to b. What is that?
So Vz by dou r is equal to 0, sir.
Vz by dou r. What is that Vz by dou r?
Dou Vz by dou r.
Dou Vz by.
Dou.
So what is the dou Vz by dou r?
0.
That is
Shear.
shear stress. You should follow, you should understand, and you should apply your mind. Okay. So the second boundary condition is, see, always you think in these terms. In all these problems, there will be only two boundary conditions. Either the boundary conditions will give us the magnitude of velocities at some distances, either R1 and R2, or plus or minus h, or plus or minus y, or they will give one boundary condition with respect to velocity and another boundary condition with respect to shear stress. So that means one boundary condition will be with respect to V, whether that V is U or VW or V theta or whatever it is. Then the other boundary condition will be dou by dou of that one, which relates to shear stress. But for this, there are no other boundary conditions which are required and which are available. So you fix your brain and mind and apply your mind. Always try to identify the values of V and dou by dou of V. What will be those values at 2 points? Then the whole Navier-Stokes equation problems will be easily solved. That's all. So the remaining things are automatic. So here I have given the solution. So this is the jet momentum equation. And because it is a steady flow, the entire left hand side is 0 and this is the right hand side. Now, this is 0 because all along the pressure is atmospheric. So whatever point you take, any point if you take, either Z1 or from the origin Z2 or Z3, everywhere the pressure is same, atmospheric pressure. Similarly here also. So therefore, this is always 0. So now here you will be left with only one term. Actually, this is the formula, Laplacian. Actually, it is dou square by, you will be having dou square by dou r square term and dou square by dou z term and dou square by dou y or whatever it is, because our direction of flow is this is one direction, this is another direction, and the third one is perpendicular to the plane. So this you can call as y, this as r, and this is z. So you will get or theta also, you can say. It's not y, sorry, this is theta. So you will be left with, sorry. So this will be the final simplified form. So one boundary condition is I have written u, but actually 1 minute. This is not u. This is v z. So the boundary condition is Vz at r is equal to a is equal to 0. This is no slip. And the second boundary condition is this. At r is equal to b. So this is second boundary condition. So if you solve, you will get this equation. All of you, work it out. Take this and use this as one boundary condition. This as second boundary condition and get this equation. So when once you get this equation, you can calculate the rate of flow using this and substituting for this expression. So all of you work it out. Note down this and work it out. I will give 5 minutes time for all of you to note this. This problem also, but time is not sufficient. So after you note it down, I will wind up, and tomorrow we'll close the unit 2 after explaining the remaining problem. And there are 2 more cases which are Stokes problem 1 and Stokes problem 2. I think I have already given the PDF. Once again, I will check and I will give those things also. And from next week onwards, we will be starting unit 3. So what is the final arrangement for classes? Shivaji,
Sir,
explain this problem. This problem is a little bit not that much difficult, but it is okay. And this problem I have not drawn the figure. I am leaving it to you to draw the figure. This is the final result of the plot. Here he has asked it. So this is the velocity distribution. In fact, you need not do it, you need not plot it, but just for your understanding, I have given here. See, actually, I will show I will draw the figure also. See, there are 2 plates. Two immiscible fluids are contained between infinite parallel plates. So this is one plate. This is another plate. Right? So there are 2 fluids. This is one fluid. And there is another fluid. This is another fluid. So this is the central. This is the interface. So this is interface. So he has given this is H and this as H. So the dynamic viscosity of the upper fluid is 4 times this. So this is having some viscosity. I can call this as mu1. You do one thing. You derive it using mu1 and mu2. Okay. Also use rho1 and rho2. Rho1 is the density of this fluid. Rho2 is the density of the other fluid. So try to solve this. Okay. So this problem and this problem are the final two problems which we will be discussing. Okay. Now give back your attendance number 1.